Well, I tell you, so I left Vegas on Saturday. I should tell you my whole story. I got so many stories to tell you, and I see there's a bunch of people on the phone, so I'm confused what to do. There's too much going on, too much input. I left Vegas Saturday. I had a meeting.
Wait a minute, you haven't even told us about...
Oh.
Siegfried and Roy.
All right, so me, Artie, Beth, and Dana. That's Artie's girlfriend.
And Ralph.
Oh, yeah, well, wait, I'll tell that story, too. Thank you. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Ralph came to Siegfried.
Me and Artie decided, since we're the only ones left in Vegas pretty much, why don't we just take our broads out for like a fun night? We'll go to Siegfried and Roy and then go to romantic dinner.
Oh, okay.
You know. So, my agent had said to me, though, he wanted to go see Siegfried and Roy. He ended up leaving to go to L.A. to go visit his daughter.
Yeah.
So I had the extra ticket, and Ralph was hanging around. You know, he never goes home.
Well, you told him you would give him a ride home.
So I let him go to see Siegfried and Roy. And then we couldn't ditch him when we went for the romantic dinner.
No.
And it was, but he did finally bow out.
At what point? After the appetizer?
No. He didn't come with us.
Oh, okay.
Before the dinner, but it was like really awkward.
I mean, how long before he felt embarrassed enough to leave?
Well, no, he said to me, I'm going to leave. I don't want to be. And then I felt bad. You know how that is.
Ralph was really cool about it, but I must say, you do stress a lot about that, which is nice of you, but I think Ralph was cool about it.
Yeah, but I was like to Artie, I go, oh, my God, how can we do that?
Yeah,
why can't you? You're
guilty.
You're a couple. Why should you feel bad?
I don't know, because so what? If I was the one guy without a chick and I had to go home, I would have felt bad.
Ralph in Vegas alone is perfectly fine. You have to think of it that way.
Well, all right. I think Ralph felt Beth should bow out. No, I should be his date.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
For you and him.
Yeah, I felt bad. But anyway, so we make this plan. Meanwhile, so I get a little dressed up. Dana gets completely dressed up.
Oh,
Beth gets dressed up. Artie shows up in Mr. Green Jean's farmer outfit.
He still had that jacket?
No, not that. He's wearing these horrible blue jeans. Like were really like gross, with sneakers and like a bowling shirt.
No. I didn't have a collared shirt because it's Vegas. I don't know.
Listen to this. So Dana went out, you know, how chicks try to change their guys?
Right.
She went out and bought a shirt down at the Hard Rock, but, like, she found one with a collar, but it was like one of those Hard Rock bowling shirts.
Oh.
So Artie, I mean, and it's like...
What's wrong with his jeans,
thinking the whole time, and we're going to this restaurant called Picasso in Vegas. Yeah. I'm thinking the whole time, I don't think we're going to get in. Because Artie's dressed like literally like he's doing farm work. It can't be great for his chick's dressed up in she looks like she's going to the prom. She had a big flower on.
And Artie doesn't even notice the discrepancy, like he stands out.
Look, Artie is so Jersey and such a rube. I can't even begin to tell you. We go to this restaurant, after Siegfried and Roy, we go to this restaurant, Picasso. They got actual Picassos hanging on the wall.
It was nice.
Wow.
You know, I said to him, it's a 5-star restaurant when we take these chicks. We get there, Artie's like, this is the best piece of beef I ever had. You know, like he sits down.
At lamb chop.
Listen, he sits down. You know how they serve?
And they let him in.
They did let him in. I think only because he was with me.
Well, yeah.
They serve Artie like lamb chops.
Yeah.
He starts, attacking the food and eating it even before we get, the girls get their dishes.
So the girls haven't got their food.
Artie has, no table manner. Dude, don't you know you're supposed to wait for the girls to start eating?
No, I mean...
They didn't get their food yet. You're just sitting there eating by yourself.
Right.
Attacking this lamb chop.
Fork and a knife on the lamb chop, or did you just pick it up by the
fork and the knife.
Halfway through, I did realize that.
That nobody was eating but you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, Artie's, classless.
Oh, yeah.
I love the guy, but...
We really have... He's been taken to a new level.
I didn't realize.
Go places and do things. He has no clue.
See, I thought when Artie was working on the Norm Show and stuff and Mad TV, he was making lots of money.
Yeah.
And I figured,
but he still did the same Jersey kind of things and went to the same Jersey kind of places.
He's like when you take a little kid to the restaurant for the first time, you got to teach him what to do. And I was like, oh, my God.
We're lucky he doesn't put the napkin in his collar.
Well, I never had caviar before.
Right.
Yeah, that was his first time with caviar, which is fine, you know, and he was excited about it, but... Like, wait for the girls to, like, get their food before you start eating.
It's a romantic dinner, Artie. You're supposed to do things with your girl.
He attacked his lamb chop. I got to tell you. He was done with it. He was eating with it before they put our food down.
Yeah.
The waiter comes over. He says, the chef sees how hungry you are. He's sending over another lamb chop.
They were watching you.
He sent him a full second entree.
This was the most hilarious thing. The waiter actually came over and said, sir, that obviously wasn't enough. We're going to give you another lamb chop.
Remember the Flintstones cartoon? He ate it like Fred Flintstone.
But you know what that sounds like? It sounds like they thought you picked up a homeless guy. We're doing it.
I'm telling you.
Can I just say, though, it was an unbelievable lamb chop. Oh, my God, the whole thing.
Well, you had two of them.
The waiter might as well come over and said, sir, we see that you're a pig.
That's what he did.
Throwing you some more stuff.
What does Dana do while Artie's eating the Brontosaurus burger?
She looks like a girl who's in shock.
Does she try to pretend it's not happening? Does she look the other way?
I don't know that Dana knows all that much what's going on, but she
Really?
certainly dresses the part and looks fantastic, and I think she's shell-shocked. I do.
She might be, yeah. She might be a little shell-shocked. But it was
unbelievable.
In my defense, it was the end of a trip in Vegas.
What does that have to do with anything?
Buy some, but you don't own a pair of slacks?
I had to get laundry done.
Dude, you don't own a pair of slacks?
I do have a pair of slacks.
So why don't you put those on?
I don't feel like bringing them to Vegas.
You mean you didn't? Oh, I think. Why didn't you bring them to Vegas in case you go somewhere nice?
I know.
Your girlfriend was coming. It wasn't like she surprised you.
Well, I realized that we were going to go to this Picasso at the end of Vegas, and I said, wow. So I actually got the jeans washed and ironed.
Oh, boy.
You got to see these.
And then I said to Dana, we were at the blackjack table, I don't have a collared shirt. I can't wear a T-shirt. So she goes, I'll have to try to buy you one.
And she's now shopping in the Hard Rock gift shop
Hotel, yeah.
for a fancy shirt.
Yeah.
I need a going out shirt.
I need me a shirt, woman.
I got my jeans pressed.
And then the sneakers thing, I felt bad about that. I did feel
dude. So then
Artie only thinks about what Artie would do.
Yeah. Right.
Because then I felt bad because Siegfried and Roy were talking to us. They wanted to meet. They wanted to meet Howard.
We went to see Siegfried and Roy.
Yes. That was before the dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to Artie, we can't goof on these guys now because, first of all, they're being so goddamn nice to us. They give us, like, the best seats in the house.
Yeah.
Siegfried, I actually know the difference between the two of them now.
Really? You know one from the other?
Yeah. Siegfried, he's the blonde guy.
The German guy.
The German guy. He the one who you can understand when he talks on stage a little bit.
Right.
He's like, do you know who's here tonight? This is during the show. He goes,
And what's the rest of the audience look like?
like Artie. All right. So they go,
like older versions of me.
Yeah. Do you know who is here tonight? Do you know King of all media? I wish I had a tape of this. Do you know? Now I'm sitting in the audience going, he's going to start talking about me, and he might. If he brings me up on stage, I'm gonna kill him and his line.
You're going to attack him.
I'm going to attack him.
Tiger never.
He goes, do you know who is here tonight? King of all media. Do you know who King of all media is? Howard Stern is here tonight. Then the spotlight comes on me in the middle of the goddamn gayest show on the planet. And they give you 2 free drinks.
Right.
I hold up my drink. Hey, Siegfried! You know, I said, I might as well embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, because I'll look like a douche if I'm just, like, hiding under the table. So I'm toasting Siegfried from the friggin' audience.
Oh, dear.
Ready to kill myself.
And there was good applause, and at the end of the night they said to you, you got more applause than Clinton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when we went backstage. Wait, I got to tell you.
met them.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
We met them.
There's a whole story here we're missing.
Well, so anyway, the manager was real nice. He, gives us these great seats. Sends over a photographer, like you know those ladies that take pictures and give you pictures?
Right, when you get the party picture.
Give us a party picture, which I abruptly ripped up.
Yeah, you did.
Beth was pissed. I look so bad. It was way too close and not on my good side.
You know, chicks are the one who rip up pictures.
No, I rip. When you have a face like this, you rip up pictures.
You ripped yours up immediately.
Yeah, I was disgusted with it.
You know what, though? I thought it was a nice shot of me, even with the shirt. It was
good. You look good.
You'll never have it, though.
And the woman's even posing us like it's a prom. Put your elbow on the table.
Yeah, she knows how to get the best.
Whatever. Anyway, so afterwards they go, please wait here because Siegfried and Roy want to meet you.
Oh, so they keep you at the table?
No, we go backstage.
Oh, okay.
They escort me, Artie, Dana, and Beth backstage.
But you don't even tell us what you thought of the show.
What am I going to say? I mean, these two guys come out. They have costume changes like chicks.
Yes. And did you see the cod pieces?
Yeah.
That's the funniest.
Do you know we've been doing this for 35 years?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're kidding.
You've been getting away with that?
That happened.
You know what they do? They work the crowd. At one point, I think it's Roy. He goes into the crowd and goes, where are you from? And they go, New Jersey. He's like, what exit?
They got material.
They do.
He does stuff like that. And the rest is them, pointing at a cage that doesn't have anything in it, and then smoke comes up, and then there's a lion in the cage.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
And a lot of people dancing around through all of this.
Tons.
Right.
Tons.
They do that rope trick, when you cut the rope and you tie it together. And there's a lot of sawing people in half.
Yes. I mean, there's not one trick that you've never seen before.
Whatever. So they were real nice to us. So I said to Artie during it, I go, I can't goof on these dudes because they're rolling out the red carpet for us. They're giving us free drinks. They're giving us,
Now, that's a shame. You should have bought your tickets.
I know.
So you could go.
This is the dumbest thing I ever did. We go backstage, and they tell us to wait for Siegfried and Roy. And I'm like...
did you get into the dressing room?
No, we're in the hall, outside the dressing room. And I was like, okay, we're going to wait and everything. And then Siegfried and Roy come out, and, I mean, those guys are really pulled back, facially.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
I don't think they remember what they look like.
Yeah. And, they were very nice to us. But then all of a sudden the manager goes, we want you to take pictures with Siegfried and Roy. So we're taking pictures. All right, cool. And they go, there's a big charity thing. We need you to sign some pink... What was it, pink rabbits?
Yeah.
A pink rabbit.
Like stuffed animals.
Yeah, and I went, all right, okay. Now I'm... So,
and you're all tied in.
All right, it's for charity, okay. Then they go, we need you to take a picture with the pink rabbit to prove that you signed the pink... So now I'm like, this is getting gayer and gayer. Yeah. I mean, I'm signing pink rabbits and taking pictures with them.
As for charity, we'd like you to make out with Siegfried.
That's right. Now you're going to kiss a man.
Yes.
For charity.
They were nice, like they saw Beth and they're like, you have good taste. I was like, you don't.
They don't come out in the cod pieces. What are they wearing?
I don't know. Did you notice? Because you could look. You weren't really, they were ignoring Artie. I was the famous one, so they put a lot of attention on me.
They were dressed to the nines, which made me feel even more insecure about what I was wearing.
I mean, were they now in suits?
I mean, you know what it was, Robin? I'm in that outfit Howard just described, and these two guys look like Diana Ross.
Oh, no, feathers and bows?
Yeah, I mean, they were really done up.
And Siegfried said to me, who is your farmer friend? What crops does he grow?
Is that Mr. Green Jeans?
I think it's nice that you hang around with people who work with their hands.
Come here, Siegfried. Have us some fun.
Does Roy say anything?
Roy was talking to me the whole time. I don't know one thing. One time he walks up and he goes, to go to and I go, yeah. And he went, and obviously he was asking me a question. And I wasn't going to say, I said to him at one point, can you repeat that? And he went, blah, 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 blah. Even on stage, you don't know what he...
They
fucking Chinese.
They kissed... They kissed both of the girls on both of their cheeks, really pronounced, that European, come here, and they kiss them on each cheek.
They were really nice to us, but we're taking pictures. Then all those dancers needed to take pictures, too.
Oh, dear. Because that's a big show.
down.
The other thing is they're both about like 5'2".
I was going to ask, are they very short? Because up on the stage you can't really tell.
Yeah, we could tell. They're short.
Okay. I never could tell whether they were short or tall.
Yeah.
So they're these little men.
I couldn't really evaluate. I was busy signing pink bunnies. The farmer doesn't need to sign the pink bunny.
No pictures with the farmer.
Leave the farmer out. This attractive girl is fine, but the farmer, no.
We never take pictures with farmers.
Dude, you need to go shopping.
Hey, I'd like to publicly thank Picasso for the second lamb chop, though. It was great.
If Artie had looked better, they wouldn't have sent out more food.
You know what, man? You're right.
Like, Artie, you want a little wine with dinner? He goes, no, I'll just drink Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Well, I don't drink wine. I like Jack Daniels. I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
It's not possible to bring him that far that fast.
Can I say something? You're not going to believe this, but I was self-conscious about that.
Good.
I noticed that.
I was self-conscious.
I noticed that I was a tad underdressed.
I was self-conscious for you.
But the food thing didn't bother you, that you were eating. And
Artie, you're 35. Get a pair of slacks.
I know, man. I have a pair of slacks. I just never bring anything to Vegas.
But I don't understand. You invited your girlfriend. You knew you were going to be hanging out with her.
Robin, everything you're saying makes complete sense.
Yeah. He's not arguing with you. I think I didn't bring this up.
You're right. It was a fun night, though.
Oh, man.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad you got to see Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
They were cool.
Also got to see Stuttering John's toenails while I was out there by the pool. And I got to tell you something.
They're not any better?
Wow.
Beth was throwing up. Everyone was just like, they're...
I thought he got pedicures.
They're so long, they're bent over the toes.
Yeah, they curl.
They curl down, and it's just gnarly. And it's like, dude, you know what? It's not even funny. It's just not cool.
You know, it was very difficult because you guys went to gamble, and I got to hang out with Beth and Dana and Melissa.
And the rap with you was your toenails.
And they were all hot, and they all started noticing my toenails. And
well, why don't you just clip them? I know it's your what is it?
No. I usually get pedicures. I forgot. And it just...
But how could they grow that long?
They were like shears. I mean,
well, can't you buy a clipper? And you know what it is? He's got OCD.
No, it's not that, Harry.
Yes, it is. You can't clip your own toenails. No. It's got to be. Why would you not clip your toenails? You're walking around like a...
How does he keep his shoes
It's not the summer yet. Who thinks about their toes?
I do. When they get long like that, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, doesn't that hurt inside your shoe?
You look down and see.
Of course I do. But you don't shower?
I never, like...
You don't groom yourself?
I don't look at my toes. It's the last thing I'm thinking about.
You can't feel that.
It was embarrassing.
Can I just say something? I'm clearly...
Your wife doesn't say something?
Well, she saw them. And as soon as she saw them, she grabbed the toe clipper and started clipping.
Well, why don't you grab a toe clipper? You're like a baby.
I didn't see that.
A goddamn baby. Look at yourself.
What, the girls noticed it that bad?
Get aware.
I'm clearly a slob, but John takes it to another level. I was by the pool eating French fries out of a big basket they give you. Give you a basket of French fries.
It was unbelievable. And first of all, I'm sitting by the pool with Artie and Dana. Dana is cute as can be in a little bathing suit.
Yeah.
Great body. I can't even describe to you. Her body's kick-ass, right?
She was in a white bathing suit. I checked the whole thing.
Okay, me too. Okay. Artie is at the pool. He's wearing pants, long pants, a heavy shirt, and socks. Like he won't even show his feet.
He's completely covered.
Completely covered. I'm saying this poor bastard lose some goddamn weight because he just can't sit by a pool and enjoy himself.
Yeah, he's got to be out there sweating.
Artie, you want to chase? He's sweating, sweats. You want to chase lounge completely dressed like the mummy. It's so heartbreaking, dude.
I'm sorry, man. I know. I'm not a healthy guy. I'm not a healthy guy.
The food comes over.
And he's eating.
He's got a basket of fries like King Tutty's laying on the chaise lounge, and the fries are going in. I'm thinking, he's only getting fatter.
First of all, they have amazing French fries there. And they bring a basket.
French fries shouldn't even be allowed to go near your mouth.
They bring a basket of them.
How big is the basket?
Like you ever go to Nathan's and they got that big basket of fries? And they bring him extra because he's with the show, you know.
Yeah. Would you like more fries, Mr. Lang?
But you had to see this.
I'm sitting there eating the French fries. John had just been jogging.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes over sweaty as hell, and right next to my basket of fries, takes off his socks. You know when your feet are
gross.
Yeah. So I see his toenails. You know when your feet are sweaty?
So disgusting.
Like sometimes a fuzzle gets stuck to your toe from the socks?
Yes.
So that happened, and when he took the sock off, the fuzzle flew onto my French fries.
Not only that, he takes off his shirt, he's sweating, and he goes, so Artie says to him, can you, like, get undressed over there? And John's like, well, what's the big deal?
He got mad at me. He's like, what's your problem?
He had 3 fries left.
I applaud Mr. X for spilling water on you. You're disgusting.
He had 3 fries left.
But why do you have to be...
his room, shower, and then come down
rinse off, dude. No one wants to watch you. You're gross, and your toenails. I mean, I'm not talking about, what guy cares about toenails? Talking about, like, grown over the whole foot.
Oh, we've seen that.
Well, my pinky...
Mr. X should have lit you on fire. You're lucky. I really wish he had. I was offended by Mr. X's actions, and now I get it.
I know, but we have become immune until you go out of this environment and see him in the real world.
But you know what's really
vile.
Yeah. I can't believe I didn't do anything.
You never do anything. You don't offend anyone.
I sat down.
You sat down, you undressed, and put your smelly clothes and feet and everything in everyone's face with your stink.
You got a fuzzle on Artie's fries.
Fuzzle.
Yeah, and I barely finished them after that.
It was just unfriggin' believable.
But it was fun to hang out with the girls by the pool. They looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Beth looked great in a bikini.
I didn't think you were leering at all, but I guess you were.
No, I checked out everything.
I said, you've gotten used to John's leering. Yeah. You don't even notice it.
I thought Dana caught me once because I was, you know how you forget what you're looking at? And I was just like staring at her crotch for like...
I look over Dana and I see this beautiful girl and I go, Artie's on top of her at night. And then I look at Beth and I go, I'm on top of her at night. And I'm like...
Yeah, but don't you think, like, Dana, do you think she is into Artie's look? It can't be, right?
But Artie, Artie, you could get, a long bathing suit.
Yeah. Yeah, like those pants that go down to your knee.
With, like, a Hawaiian shirt. And, even Belushi, I know that's your hero, did that.
I mean, it wasn't even like... I mean,
Dude, you were wearing socks.
You know what's tragic about it for me was I was an athlete when I was younger, and I just had a horrible time in my 20s and gained a lot of weight.
But everyone knows...
What's wrong with your feet?
Yeah, I mean, are your feet odd?
My feet, no.
Are you sweating, wearing socks?
I actually have beautiful feet.
So why didn't you show them?
I mean, because I don't
Get a little air on them.
Give us a thrill.
He was like the mummy by the pool. You had to see. I wish I had a picture.
And then he's got that tons of chest hair coming out of the shirt. You see
the chest hair is bubbling over.
I do have a lot of chest.
Hey, that's masculine.
Which people Dana find.
Going gray.
You couldn't even see the chains, Artie.
You notice that?
I couldn't see his big chains and cross.
Howard, you notice that? Like, the chest hair is so long and hairy, but it's going gray. Some of them...
It is.
I got sticking out of the flannel.
I got gray chest hair.
How about the pool scene at the Hard Rock Hotel? What they do is they have the strippers. They give them free passes to, hang out by the pool.
What it is?
There were so many hot chicks. That's why I wanted to go down and hang out by the pool, but it was a madhouse.
Because there was one day, I know. Did you hear that morning? Well, you were on the other side of the hotel, I think. But there was one morning that must have been a bunch of wild girls there, and they were screaming out their windows.
Oh.
And you open the door, and you see these chicks in cowboy hats just screaming and I guess threatening to flash.
Oh, really?
So every door on that side of the hotel opened.
I don't know. I was down by the pool. I look up, and I see this, naked guy rubbing up against the window, because, he could see into all the windows. And then Ralph calls me and goes, hey, you see me? I'm naked.
That was
Ralph.
Oh, my God.
I was like, oh, man.
Funny. I got to say, we got to give the Hard Rock props. That pool scene, first of all,
fantastic.
Well, it
swim
is
up
an
blackjack.
Incredible pool.
Yeah,
did you swim up and play blackjack?
I did. I played some craps outside.
How could you swim up when you were not even in a bathing suit?
Well, I mean, I played there, but other people were
swimming up.
He didn't swim up to the swim up.
It's, and there's chicks all over the place, and the food is very good.
Obviously.
Up, Howard, or down?
I was down, but I had an incredible craps roll. That was the best roll. Artie and I were at a table with these dudes.
You're getting to be like those gamblers talking about the incredible roll, but ultimately you lost.
No, I lost. Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, to give that guy props, I remember his name was Doll. That's what he said his name was.
Oh, yeah, this guy Doll, who rolled for over 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Why don't you take the money and leave?
I did. I had to leave. I went to Arizona.
No, but you lost money.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I don't know what to say.
You paid a Vegas cover charge.
That's all. It's fine.
I even resented that little while that Artie played for me. I mean, he couldn't have been there 5 minutes to make that money. And then you're supposed to tip.
By the way, I tip the dealer so much money because everyone says I don't.
Right.
Every time I get up, I was down. But anytime I even just win anything, give him $50. Because everyone's saying, but I'm like, I don't get that concept. They just me. Hey now. Good morning. Hey now. Yeah. Hey now. Hey, hey. Oh, my God. Hey now. Yeah. Hey now. Hello. Hey now. I found that we had to pay like $43 for that Blue Oyster Cult album where I do the talking part.
Wow.
I might as well play it for $43.
You better play it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I better play it every day. Breathe deep. That's the guy they wanted.
Yeah.
Watch lights fade from the angry wind. Bed-sitter people look back and lament. Another day's useless and impassioned.
That guy's good.
Wrestlers one.
That's not what it's about. You don't write something that Michael Jackson's thing doesn't make sense.
And now a behind-the-scenes treat from the original voiceover session for Thriller with Michael and Vincent Price. You'll also hear the never before.
Nah, I thought I had the other one. Oh well, wrong one. None of these make any sense though.
Well, I think the Moody Blues one makes some sense.
Well, I think it's just meant to be for people on one long acid trip, it seems, right?
The Moody Blues one makes sense. What does it mean?
It's about how you, when you get older, you lament the things you did in your youth. You didn't do the right stuff, and you just want to be young again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, you're good. I should listen to that lucid. It's like that one tune by Clapton from the 60s. I don't know the name of it, but it goes, but the rainbow has a mustache.
Yeah, but at least they're singing.
Yeah.
That's Schwalber.
Sing that.
What is it?
Schwalber.
Schwalber.
Which, who knows what that means?
SWALBR. Schwalber.
I used to love that because it just, when you're messed up, it's like, yeah, the rainbow does have a mustache.
But the rainbow has a mustache.
Or a beard. One time it has a beard.
These useless images and impassioned lovers, wrestlers one. Lonely man cries for love and has none.
Yeah, you might be right. That might actually mean something. I don't know what mine means.
Wow.
It's 3 sentences, I think, that really don't say much.
I thought that was the idea of it, like, it doesn't mean anything anyway. It's just...
Well, they were trying to be profound because they say when the bones of our oppressors are ground to dust.
Sounds like a jihad.
And the cause that we serve rules the world. And then it says, all hail the revolution.
Hey, that makes sense now that you explain it.
Well, what does it mean?
It means like, hey, you know, we're fighting a fight of whatever the fight is. We don't know what the fight is, but they're fighting a fight. They're going to kill their oppressors. And then one day the whole world will believe as they do.
Yeah, but I don't know what the cause is. I don't know what we're serving.
You got to listen to the whole album.
The song is clearly racist.
Or released.
Wait.
That's what I don't understand. Now, visitation, all hail the revolution.
Yeah, it sounds important.
Seems like they left out something.
They should have left me out of it. I was excited. I was going to be on a Blue Oyster Cult album.
Yeah.
This is too deep.
I may have gotten the words wrong in their defense. All hail the revolution. They wanted I don't know what they wanted, but that thing I was doing didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I think it works.
I'm just a bad voiceover guy. I'm not, like, whenever someone asks me to announce, I freeze. I don't know what to do. And I think I'm doing something interesting, like, you know, like Vincent Price. I wish I had that other Vincent Price tape.
Yeah, because Vincent is good.
Can't find it, though. Let me see. I don't know what happens to all these tapes.
Sometimes in that tape...
Which one are you looking for, the Thriller tape?
Yeah, you gave me the one where him and Michael Jackson are talking. I wanted the other one. And the Thriller tape, it's...
Which is the other one, Howard?
I think there's an...
verse of Vincent's rap written by Rod.
Okay, tape rolling. Anytime you want. Hi, this is Michael.
No, I want the one where Vincent Price is reading. Forget it. It's taking too long.
That's it, Howard.
No, it's not. No, there's a different one.
No, there's only 2 Michael Jackson tapes, Billie Jean and this one.
Really?
Yeah, we must have been deeper into it.
This is Vincent Price. Michael Jackson is...
No, it's not the same one.
I know. I want him reading I know what I'm talking about. I want him reading
the whole intro.
Yeah. But I don't care. It's just that he's good at it.
Even there's sometimes I think he's just covering up for his cracking voice, but it sounds right.
Right. In the beginning of my career, I tried to audition for a few commercials. I went in and auditioned for a Wilson's golf ball commercial. But it was on camera. They took a look at me. They threw me right out. They let me audition, but they must have had a good laugh because I was like, Wilson golf balls. And all these professional announcers were there. I didn't even have an agent. My dad got me, he had heard about it from some friend of his. Got you in? Yeah. And I was so bad at it. And then I actually got a commercial for a record company once. And what I had done was they asked for tape of me. And every time I was on the radio, my voice sounded kind of good. I sent them that. And the day I walked in, I was a wreck.
Oh, no.
They wanted me to say, all I had to say was, take a voyage with Voyage. There was some all-girl black band.
Okay.
So they wanted, like, take a voyage with Voyage. And I got in there and went, take a voyage with Voyage. I think I'd go deeper. I go, take a voyage with Voyage. And I was so nervous, and I sucked. I wish I had that commercial. You should hear it. Take a voyage with Voyage. Guy goes, it doesn't sound the same. Do it like what you did on your tape. I said, I'm having, I guess I don't know. I'm the same guy. They accused me of not being the same guy.
You sent us somebody else's tape?
Yeah. Take a voyage with, because I wasn't relaxed.
Right.
I was real bad at it. And that was the end of my voiceover career. They did air the commercial on WBLS, the black station. I heard it. I was driving to work, and I heard it. They were playing it on there. Take a voyage with Voyage. Poor Voyage.
Yeah, but you ruined them. I never heard of them.
Yeah. I was their voiceover guy. Voyage. They're probably cleaning houses somewhere in the Bronx. The Voyage.
Nice.
Yeah, they're one shot, and I was their radio guy, radio commercial guy.
That's great money, though. I booked one voiceover gig in my entire career. It was for, like, Lay's potato chips, and it was, like, a scene they created on the street, and I played a construction worker. This was literally my line. I just went, hey, lady, move your car! And it took me a minute. I got checks for 3 years. Oh, 3 years.
Yeah, Beth did a TV commercial about a month ago for American Express with the Queer Eye guys. Anybody seen it?
No. I haven't seen it, no.
Because she can't find out if she's in it, because you get paid for the day, but if she's in it...
Yeah, it gets residual pay?
Yeah, she gets like a fortune.
I made like 20 grand from that, like over, spread out. But checks would just come out of nowhere for like $600 and...
Yeah, she's trying to find out even if they just show her face, because she's walking down the red carpet with the Queer Eye guys.
Oh, forget it. If she's considered a principal in it, it's the best. It's free money.
Yeah. So she's like...
She's looking for it.
Hey, Gary, see if you can't use that service of ours and get the American Express commercial. Yeah, she can't find it, because I never saw it. It's a national commercial, supposedly.
How long ago did she do it?
Like a month or two.
Oh, so maybe it hasn't gotten on yet.
Yeah, it might not be out yet.
I don't know. She heard a rumor it was out. Hey, Nick, you're on the air.
Howard, you were talking about changing the introduction to the E! show.
I was?
Yes, a couple months ago, about the gay doves and the pop-up Louie with his teeth.
I hate the intro to the E! show. You know what? I did so much work on that. I even hired the guy to do it. And he's a good dude. He did a rock video I saw, and I liked the effects that he did. And I just hate the way I look in it.
Well, I got a good idea for it.
I'm like hunched over. And I don't know. I appear to be yelling into the microphone or something. I don't know what I'm doing.
And is Melrose in it?
Yes.
Yeah. You could barely make him out.
Yeah, he was there the whole day, too.
All right.
Thank you, every minute. Thank you for putting me in this, Howard. Thank you.
Must have been a fun show.
Okay, Melrose. We should have had the making of. was great. Thank you. He was the only guy on the set that I knew, and he wouldn't leave me alone.
Thank you, Howard.
I was like, you know what, can you just, like, hurry up? What was that?
That was my radio. I'm sorry, Howard.
All right. So we went to shoot it, and that effect that you see on the beginning of the E! Show takes like 1,000,000 hours to do. Like, they have to, like, put you in a circle of lights and cameras, and the cameras pop off one at a time, and it creates this weird effect. So they release the birds, and it's a very complicated process. And yet you look at it and you go, like, yeah. You're like, who cares?
I think it looks good.
It's okay. It's just so you're so used to that in your head. Like, that's the beginning of the E! Show. Yeah. You know. I mean, I just wish we could switch it. I'm sick of it. You know, it doesn't even look like me anymore. I don't have the long hair. I mean, my hair's long, but not that long. And Beth said to me last night, you ought to get a new publicity photo. That one you have, it doesn't even, like, look like you. I said, who cares? So what am I going to do, like spend a whole day at some photographer's studio and get my picture taken and go, I don't want to do that. That's why I didn't do Rolling Stone. It meant a whole day shooting a picture of me, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
That'll stop you from doing things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the time. I need some free time, goddammit. There's no free time. Wow. Last night I was just writing, you know, for one of these shows I'm working on. Just writing, notes, dialogue, this, that. You know, that's the stuff I need time for. Just sit there and take pictures of me.
They should take a picture of you while you're doing that.
Yeah, if you want to take a picture of me at my desk, I'd be fine with that. I really would. If it wasn't such a whole big thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, King of all blacks.
Hey, I saw your boy last night on Jay Leno. John.
Yeah, John, yeah, that was pretty pathetic.
Oh, my God.
Poor John. I mean, he's getting paid well, but Jay just stood there. Did you see it?
Yeah.
With Jay berate. You know why it doesn't work? And I said this to Jay when he called me about it. I said, the Jay Leno show, and all those late night shows pretty much are choreographed. I've done a late night show. There's not a lot of room to be a human being. There's not a lot of room to actually do anything. Unless it's one of those, like, set-up bits where Jay talks to you and stuff, and there's no hanging out.
He's trying to be like you, like, you know, like having a talk with John, and he's like, where's your tie at?
Yeah, because, John, you're so stiff. Well, the whole show is stiff.
Right, when are you supposed to loosen up?
You know, even that black dude who is the band leader.
Oh, I can't stand him.
Yeah, but the reason you can't stand, he might be like a really cool guy and have a lot to say. You would never know from that show because there's no time to sit and develop his personality. I mean, there's no...
You know what? I've met the guy. He is a cool guy.
Exactly.
And you see nothing of it.
I've talked to him a few times when I've been there, and I go, hey, this guy's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's the Jay Leno show, and that's a show that just relies on...
keeping it moving.
It's kind of like if you go to see Wayne Newton in Las Vegas. Like, Wayne will come out every night, and he looks you in the eye, and he goes, you are the best audience I ever had. And then he goes, you know, ladies and gentlemen... I'm feeling especially loose tonight. I'm going to do something I haven't done in years. And then he breaks out into this song. But he does it every night.
Right. He says the same thing, and he does it.
Yeah, I read an article about Wayne Newton in Vegas. And they go, he's great at it. He makes you feel like you're the special audience.
Special for you.
Even when we went to see Siegfried and Roy. Like, the Jay Leno show reminds me of Siegfried and Roy. Like, we went, and Artie and I are sitting there. We're getting looped. We're drinking. The Tigers are there. But they do this act where they even pull women out of the audience and an old lady, and they put her up there on stage with the tiger. And you realize what a sap you've been, because you know they do the same thing every night. It's the same woman.
Well, the best part is that every night they would say, we have a brand new tiger. This is his first time performing. And that was Montecore, who had been there 7 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can see what happens when the unplanned stuff happens.
Yeah, God forbid they unplanned something like a woman's hairdo distracts.
Right.
You know, the only thing different is the different hairdos in the audience.
Like Jay Leno, he could have even sat there and talked to John. Like,
yeah,
that's so corny.
There's no room for that on that show. It's just not the kind of show. It's a Vegas. It's like, I was going to use the S word. It's like crappy Vegas.
Who watches that show?
Older beats me, man. Not people who...
I don't even think older.
Not anyone with a brain. All right, later.
I love you, man.
Love you, too.
Okay.
King of all blacks. He's the man. He knows a lot about everything.
Oh, I hate him.
He's a wise garbage man.
That Jay Leno show.
He is. He's a wise garbage man.
He is.
He's that black character you find in every movie who's telling everybody else how to live their lives.
Yeah.
I think he's some sort of poet, the king of all black.
But, yeah, but, you know. Happy time. Might as well have buried him in that suit. Frightening.
Who is that?
Who's that? Who's that idiot?
I have no idea.
But you're right, though. It's a way different atmosphere in here. Like, I've had acting jobs that I've never felt comfortable doing.
Right.
And in here, it's like someone takes handcuffs off you. You know, you're just being yourself. And I've never been, you know, more comfortable doing anything in show business than just hanging out like this. It's much different than a rehearsed TV show.
Yeah, this thing kind of spoils you, you know.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Because you're going, hey, you ought to loosen up. You ought to, in other words, be like you are in the Howard Show.
Where would he go with it?
Yeah, like who would he talk to, Jay? Because that's easy. What's the difference? So dumb.
It's a good gig, man.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody wrote me an email, and I wasn't even aware of this, but you know, I kind of remember reading this because I read the Saturday Night Live book.
Yeah.
It says, according to the book, Live from New York, a behind-the-scenes tell-all, when Jay first started out, he wanted Phil Hartman, who was on Saturday Night Live, to be his sidekick. Jay's people said Phil could do Clinton or Gorbachev or something. The executives of Saturday Night Live said pretty much hell no, because they were an NBC show, so they could say, hey... And Jay's people wanted to take actual bits from Saturday Night Live and play it on their show.
Oh, my goodness.
Saying that Jay could do that. And then the Saturday Night Live people were appalled. They couldn't believe the gall Jay Leno had. So it was like he just always is looking to lift elements from other shows because he's creatively bankrupt. How do you create anything in that environment?
Wow, I didn't realize it had been going on that long.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of other email here I'll read later in the show.
But he wanted a guy to be a sidekick who literally did an impression of Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
Yeah, he wanted him to sit there and go, tonight, and go like, you are right, sir.
Yeah. Like, no originality at all.
Hey, look at him, Phil Hartman. How you doing? Yeah.
You are correct, sir.
That would have been the end of Phil Hartman's career, because he never would have gotten to do anything that funny. Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
What's up, Howard?
Hey, brother.
On vacation with Robin Quivers in the New York Post.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm going to talk about that.
That's pretty funny.
Well, Robin's got a publicist now, and they're working, you know, to get her in the paper so she can, you know, get some other kind of work.
She's everywhere.
She's everywhere. That's some article.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I'll read it. Wait a second. I got it right here. You're in the travel section.
I'm traveling.
What's your favorite vacation spot?
Yeah. Robin gets around. There's only one morning show that wakes us up, and not that you have to ask, but of course we speak of the Howard Stern Show. When we ask Stern's sexy right-hand woman, Robin Quivers, you're always sexy.
Am I?
Well, I mean, every article I read is sexy. I think it's because you wear those low-cut tops, and every picture you're showing your boobs. You know what I mean? You're all sexed up.
Picture's very hot. It's a hot picture.
It's a good picture. All right. So, when we asked Robin about the latest censorship issues, she said, here we go again. Speaking of going, Quivers is a travel freak. Here are a few highlights from a recent chat. Favorite vacation spot? Napa, California. First of all, the wine. Ah, ha, 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 ha. It says laughs. First of all, the wine. I wonder why you're laughing about the wine. Because you get crazy.
She said, well, what do you like about it? It's like the wine.
I get it.
Well, why were you laughing about that?
Because it's so silly to say, yeah, I like the wine.
Right.
Like a lush.
First of all, the wine. Ah, ha, ha. Right. All right, here, yeah, Fred's got to laugh. First of all, the wine.
It wasn't that laugh, Fred. Try
Which laugh was it?
Try another one.
First of all... Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Right. First of all... First of all, I love the wine. It's absolutely a beautiful place. The people are really lovely. I go at least once a year. I read this. I said to Tony, who was doing my hair, I said, what a lifestyle. I said, listen to this. Favorite hotel, the Dorchester in London.
Really?
They take care of everything. Every amenity has been meticulously chosen. It's just a beautiful, luxurious place, and the people are really wonderful. You just feel pampered and taken care of. And it also has a spa, so you can't get much better than that. Travel nightmares.
Oh, dear.
This little island off the coast of Venezuela, the people were not friendly. There was nothing right about it. What island was that? You don't want to
I think it was, I couldn't remember the name of it. Say, blank out what's bad. I think it was Marguerite or something like that. Oh, screw you with your rules.
All right.
Oh,
where next? London. I haven't been in a while, and I love to go there and just hang out and relax and go to the theater. Look at that. I was like, who am I working with?
London theater.
It sounds like royalty.
Yeah, that's what I said to Tony. I go, she's like the Queen of Siam. I'll be summering in London.
Waving to the throne.
Yeah. Bring me my parasol.
Oh, my.
Pampered every step of the way.
Well, up next is Wheel of Gas, and then a trip to London.
She has to decompress.
That's how I get there.
The hostess of Wheel of Gas needs to unwind at the Dorchester.
Wheel of Gas is my portal to London. And the theater.
It leads to big things.
Well, this is part of your new publicity campaign, I guess. All of this that we're seeing.
Well, it's a way to be out there talking without having to talk about the FCC.
Right.
So I'm in travel.
You are really unfolding a plan here. You and your publicist, Dan Flores. I mean, people are very aware of the excellent publicity you're receiving.
First, John left the Tonight Show. Where you going, Robin?
I'm going to London.
Going to Jimmy Kimmel.
She's going to see Phantom in London.
But, wow. Now, what's the rest of the plan? I mean, I've seen you in the New York Post, People magazine. Will you be appearing on any television shows where you'll be interviewed?
Oh, it could happen.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Tonight, Jay welcomes Robin Quivers.
Howard, why don't you do your first interview with Robin?
I kind of did it yesterday. I interviewed her about her whole marketing strategy and where her goals are, where they lie, and what she's trying to accomplish. And she's either trying for a job on Broadway, voiceover, TV, sitcom, or serious TV show. As, for example, we learned yesterday that Robin is considering a role, if they would give her to her, on the show, what's the one Mary McCormick's on?
The West Wing.
She would like to be on the West Wing.
I would also like to offer myself up to Queer as Folk, The Sopranos.
Queer as Folk.
Law and Order, Criminal Intent.
So this is all part of a marketing strategy where Robin showing off her new body and her weight loss and saying, I've arrived, I'm back again. I was sick, but now I am strong and ready to work.
You think she's cured, though?
It's like Liza Minnelli coming back.
What?
I don't know, whatever you had.
Yeah, she's cured, of course. Very easy to work with. I can vouch for you there. No problem.
Hey, it's a beautiful picture of you, Robin.
Why, thank you, Artie.
Oh, so that's after the Dorchester being pampered. And you even look like a queen in the picture.
Pampered.
Is that a special picture you took, or is that some...
No. That was from that Oscar party you missed. I was just out there that night.
I may use that picture later to pleasure myself.
Oh, my.
There you go.
I've been pampered at Dorchester. I'm a queen, but they treated me like a king. I'm the new Vivica A. Fox. And I am a box.
So you're saying TV is next. A series of interviews are going to be unveiled.
Possibly.
I have a feeling it's going to be...
What?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
I'll be on James Lipton.
There you go.
What is it going to be, do you think?
Studio.
What is it? You're not saying on purpose? Is it a secret?
So if you find it, then it will be working, right?
Coming up on the next E-True Hollywood story.
No, really. Because I'm sure there were several different people who would like to interview you. Is it one big interview or?
No. Just a series of little things. I'll be doing different things. You'll see.
Give me.
It's not like a sit-down interview.
What do we have to look forward to?
You have to look forward to seeing me out and about and who catches me where. Extra.
So is this part of your marketing strategy, not to reveal it, just to have it pop up?
Well, it's not that planned out. It's not like I decided I'm going to sit down with Letterman. I'm going to do anything like that. It's just we're going to, do some different things. And
I can't imagine. I can't imagine what this is. You and Dan Clores are dangerous together. Planning your whole march through the media. Your campaign. How long did it take you to come up with this campaign? A while, right?
We started, toward the end of the last year.
Right.
Talking about it. Seeing if we wanted to work together.
Good for you. Good for you, Robin. It's working. I'm seeing you everywhere.
Well, the whole idea was to say, wow, Robin, where's she been? There she is. I forgot about her.
Believe me, it's working. I can't get enough of you. I can't believe.
Well, look at you. You're reading about me now.
I am. Like I'm sitting at home, and all of a sudden you're popping up in my magazines.
It was funny because Ganji said, I didn't know you were dying. I've been working with you.
You need
I had to read about it.
You suffered silently. I know that. All right, we're going to take a break, Robin. Your campaign is working, and that's all we know.
Look for me on 8 Simple Rules.
Here's the guy.
By the way, let me say that, David Spade is amazing.
Yeah. Funny
he can
guy.
come in and make a show funny.
Oh, was it funny, that show?
Yeah, I hated that show and never watched it. But I said, you know what, I'm going to put it on my TiVo again just to see David and see what he's up to.
Yeah.
He has literally saved that show.
Wow. Is it getting ratings?
I have no idea about the ratings, but, they were happy with it before. But he makes it funny. He's a funny dude.
Yeah, I saw an episode, too, where he was funny in it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, man, this show was awful without him.
I'm proud to say I haven't seen an episode.
Yeah, I was flipping through,
Right.
I saw Spade. I stopped. He was being funny.
And by the by, Jim Belushi is very underrated according to Jim.
I wouldn't say that. I've never watched that show.
What a thespian.
Cincinnati, you're on with Robin Quivers.
Sounds like you're...
I saw a movie with Jim Belushi in it the other day, and I said to myself, I can't believe they gave him a TV show.
Well, you really hate him. Jim told me that you hate him.
I don't hate him.
He said, boy, Robin's always bad-mouthed. And then he takes it out on me.
Oh, no. How does he take it out on you?
He gets angry with me. I go, what do you want from me? That's her opinion, dude.
I don't hate him.
I said, I don't even know any. I mean, I seen you in one movie with Rob Lowe, and you're his buddy, and was fine with me.
Right, I love that movie.
Yeah. The travel editor of the New York Post is on the phone. You want to talk to him?
Sure.
Is that the man who interviewed you, Dave?
No, I talked to a woman.
Dave?
Hey, how are you?
What's up, bud?
Hey, just wanted to say we love Robin. I was only too happy to run that article.
There you go.
Cloris was practically shoving her on us. After 2 years, I tried to get her, a while ago, and she wouldn't talk, and now Cloris is like, talk to Robin. I'm like, what the hell? But you got taste, baby. You're fantastic. Dorchester, eh? So, Wow.
All right, Dave. That ain't the travel editor. Get out of here.
Hey, I'm not lying.
Really?
Ask Marianne. She knows who I am.
Marianne who?
Benji's friend,
Oh, she does work at the Post.
All right, Dave. All right, thanks for the call.
Hey, keep up the good work.
Right, thanks, Dave.
Not everyone at the Post hates you. All right? Bye.
Not everyone at the Post hates me, right.
Okay.
Well, they like Robin. They just hate me.
Hi, this is the financial editor from the Post.
Really, I can't wait for another editor to call in.
Thank you, Robin.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
He was into bondage. He liked to be whipped and handcuffed. What a picture that makes in your mind.
Howard Stern, 95X.
I have to be honest, I think it's really disgusting that Judith Regan is publishing that book about the dude who was having sex with John F. Kennedy Jr.'s wife. And meanwhile, I can't put it down. I'm reading the excerpts in the Post every day.
I was just telling Benji, I'm reading the hot excerpts.
I like it.
I'm into it, too.
I love it. And it's so wrong.
Yeah.
And I was having this discussion with my girlfriend last night. She even said to me, she goes, I just think it's disgusting. And, and I think Judith, she's met Judith a couple of times. I think Judith's a really nice woman. I can't believe she's publishing it. And it's a terrible thing. And then she comes in and she goes, I have to admit something. Judith is doing an interview with that guy who was having sex with JFK Jr.'s wife. And I TiVo'd it. I can't stop watching.
Well, all of you should be ashamed of yourselves.
I kind of know that guy.
How do you know him?
Well, about 4 years ago, me and Norm played in this celebrity softball game in Phoenix, where they don't get great celebrities, they just need guys to play.
Yeah, he was on Baywatch.
So he was on Baywatch at the time, so he was in the game. And afterwards, we all went partying in Phoenix, and that dude had a bat chicks off of him.
Right.
I mean, just like... that dude,
like flies. He was just like brushing them away.
It was a male model.
Yeah, it was impressive, though, even for guys who lived in L.A. at the time and see a lot of that. Like, I never saw a guy with more chicks around him.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess this was after all that happened.
The weird thing about a book like that is that he's telling you his side of the story and how in love they were. And
right,
all
you don't
this.
have her word for it.
Yeah.
It seems
self-serving.
Yeah, I think he wants attention.
Well, all guys like to brag about how much they get laid, especially with famous chicks. You know.
Now that she's dead, she was crazy about it.
Yeah. What's the best book to write? You know what? JFK Jr. might be the sexiest man alive, but guess what? I was doing his wife while he was married.
She wanted me.
She wanted me more.
Yeah. I'm writing a book how I banged the sister. Because she can't, you know, talk about it either.
Right, you don't even have to know her. What's her name? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm writing a book about that. She was crazy about me.
Yeah.
Even after she married the sexiest man in the world, she couldn't forget it.
I keep reading it, but I read it because it is really pathetic. It's like, I always think it's pathetic when guys brag about who they had sex with, and I'm one of the first guys to do it.
Yeah, but not publicly.
Yeah, but when they do it in a book, it's pretty wild.
And especially when the woman's dead.
Yeah, that's pretty cold.
I mean, he's a guy, I guess it says he's like 35 years old. He wanted to, I think by now he was hoping he'd be like George Clooney.
Yeah,
well,
he's not.
That's the problem. And it says he's getting married. The guy's probably doesn't have a lot of dough, and he's trying to make some money, but he's doing it all for a corpse.
Well, it's, again, just like that guy with Princess Diana. He had, you know, the romp with her while she was still married to Prince Charles. And this is like 20 years later, he's still writing about it. Every couple of years, he publishes another book.
Yeah.
I thought you told us everything.
Yeah.
No, he thought of something else.
Yeah, and like, what's the reason for even writing it?
Right.
Money.
It's always money.
It's got to be. Because why else would you do that?
He's got everything else. Being out with him that one night, he was the kind of guy you stood next to him just to get hit with some chick shrapnel.
I'll tell you what, though.
You know?
As good looking as he is, and this is what gives me hope, a lot of chicks don't want to do guys like that because, like you could see, he had good looks, and all he did was like some modeling gigs, and he had a crappy part on Baywatch, so he hasn't even put himself into a position where he has a future.
Right.
The best thing he's got going now is bragging about having sex with Carolyn Bessette.
But, you know, there are women who, any sort of wash of fame, they want.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen women, you know who my husband used to date?
Carolyn Bessette. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I went over to Mickey Mantle's this morning, got some coffee and a bagel.
I thought you'd be interviewed.
What time did you get there?
Well, you know what? I was interviewed.
Were you? By who?
Because
See, Robin, you should have been there.
Because I was the biggest celebrity there.
Who interviewed you?
There's this thing on ESPN that they do called Cold Pizza. It's like they let me into the party for free, and they said, would you mind talking to a couple of people? Because I think it was like a $200 cover to get in.
Wow.
And I said, I don't care. So I just talked to Cold Pizza at ESPN about being a Yankee fan. And the Yes Network.
Right.
They both were like 30 seconds. At the end, I said your name, and the whole place yelled Howard, though.
So what time did you have to get up to go over and see the game?
4 o'clock. And then I got there by 5. Me and Jason went.
And who was there from the Yankees and the ex-Yankees?
Well, we couldn't find Mickey Rivers, which was our goal.
Yeah, you were looking for it.
We had our tape recorder, but...
because that dude talks funny.
As we were leaving, Craig Nettles was there. The old third baseman was one of, like, my heroes.
Yeah.
And he said something funny to me. He goes, hey, are you the guy from Howard Stern who uses my name when you check into hotels? And I said, yeah, because I did that in Vegas.
Right.
And he goes, listen, man, he goes, I listen to the show. When you use my name at hotels, just sign for beer, not for hookers.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't it Craig Nettles who got the $500 hooker?
I thought that was great.
You were registered as Craig Nettles when that happened.
I was. They thought Craig Nettles had a whore going to his room.
Yeah, great.
That was a funny line, though. He listens to the show. He says hi.
That's great.
But the Yanks, A-Rod struck out the first 2 times.
And that was his debut?
Yeah, but it was a great... Mickey Mantle's is awesome, man. A great spread. And
is it weird seeing the Yankees play in Tokyo? I mean, is it...
It was very weird, because, I mean, it was packed with people. There was press there, and it's 5 a.m.
But they're all Japanese.
There was a lot of Japanese press, but mostly, you know, ESPN was there, and a lot of Americans.
I'm saying on TV.
No, you're talking about on TV.
It's all Japanese people.
Yeah, everybody in the crowd is wearing Yankee shirts, and they're all Japanese. It is weird.
Yeah.
Matsui, the Yankee, he's like a hero over there. He's a god.
I'm so friggin' itchy from this winter weather. I'm just like always scratching. Itchy. My skin is dry, and I'm not going to put lotion on because that's so gay. I'm not going to stick with lotion. I'd rather itch than put lotion on. And lotion even makes me itch. What?
So, of course, Artie has a bet on the game today, which I think is funny because it's a completely meaningless game.
No, it's an opening day.
I know, exactly.
Why is it meaningless?
Because the team hasn't even played together. It doesn't mean it. It's the first game of the season.
You've been practicing all year.
I know, but I mean, you'd bet like when it became more important.
Who are you? Who are you to say when people should bet?
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Obviously, Artie would know when to bet.
Oh, yeah.
It's a meaningless game. What do you mean? It's the first game of the season.
It doesn't mean anything. You'd bet when you know how a team's going to perform.
What are you
Artie
talking
doesn't
about?
know anybody in March Madness, and he's betting.
I know. Well, I mean, any game that you bet becomes meaningful. That's how you.
That's why you bet.
That's it.
The Yanks just went up 3-2.
Nice.
Did you bet the Yanks?
I bet the Yanks. Yeah.
Artie said that he could probably win more today on this bet that he would make here today.
What? How much do you bet?
How much did you bet?
I bet $2,000 on the Yanks.
Oh, my
That's amazing to me.
Man, that's to supplement his income.
How much could you win?
But who's the idiot now if I'm winning money while I'm at work?
Yes, but how much could you win?
I could win. The Yankees are a little bit of a favorite, so I'd win about $1,700.
Wow.
Nice. There you go. Free money.
Sweet.
Sweet money.
3-2.
What'd they serve over at Mickey Mantle's?
They had bagels and lox and bacon, some eggs.
You had a good breakfast, huh?
Dude, I had coffee. It was fantastic.
Are you gassy the whole show?
Yeah, today's going to be hard.
Do you fart in here or do you leave? Is that why you leave during the commercials?
Actually, I'm not the best farter in the world, which is odd. I don't have that kind of control. I'm afraid I'll like, go in my pants.
Yeah.
So I like go in the bathroom.
And do it all there.
Yeah.
Nice. Very, very good.
Which I can't say about my coworker to the left here.
Oh, dear.
Benji.
Benji's got a bag of groceries.
And Benji eats a bag of groceries during the show, and it's like he's fat as a cow, and he eats Jell-O, like those little Jell-O cups, but like 6 or 7 of them.
It's the stuff you get at Costco, you know? It's like the crate of Jell-O, and he eats them all.
Dude, why don't you eat just a normal meal and then wait till lunch? Instead of like the 50 things of Jell-O.
Well, I start every day on a diet.
What do you start with? Like,
the Jell-O.
What's in the crate?
Turkey, diet Jell-O.
Turkey, diet Jell-O.
Strawberries. The first couple hours.
So why are you so fat?
Because it's like the next 18 hours of the day is when I go bad.
Well, he starts during the show. He brings them like this. He thinks it's like diet ice cream.
Yeah.
He'll wolf down the
Atkins
whole
ice
pint.
Yeah.
Atkins ice cream.
Yeah.
Atkins ice cream.
Never
You know,
heard
there's
of such a thing.
Dude, there's no nutrition in that, so you're starving.
They're great.
But it's funny because he always has an enormous shopping bag. And you always notice that. And then Fred the other day made me laugh because he just wrote on a piece of paper, he showed it to me. So it looks like Benji's eating a bag of groceries.
And he is. Like it's one thing if he had like like some strawberries and like some egg whites or something, but he's having like a crate of everything. A crate of ice cream.
And he always douses everything in some sort of like, red hot sauce.
Well, what he said, the combinations, Howard, are so weird. He'll have fat-free Jell-O, and he'll put, like, and I'm not kidding, he'll put, like, on the side, low-carb barbecue sauce. And then it just makes such a stink.
And it's just vile.
It's gross.
It smells like the bottom of a garbage.
But why are you eating that?
The low-carb barbecue sauce?
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, why are you eating Jell-O and stuff? I mean, like, just eat a breakfast, dude.
I just want to keep eating.
Well, that's his problem.
Yeah.
He's going to eat all day.
He has to constantly eat.
No matter what he ate, he'd be fat.
But like Jell-O and ice cream and all that stuff, that makes you hungry because it doesn't really give you any nutrition.
Right. No, it's not even, I'm not hungry usually when I eat.
Are you dieting?
Yeah, I just started back.
Because he's fatter than ever.
But he wants to eat all day. He wants never to not be eating.
Right. Well, maybe you should just stop eating a little bit.
I would be great.
Drink some of that crap Robin drinks.
I've been thinking about doing that.
Got no self-control over there. You shouldn't eat anything.
He just wants to eat.
Guy's gonna explode. He thinks in a big barrel of groceries.
But even like 50 Jell-Os is not, you know, that's crazy.
Not one.
50 Jell-Os.
That's only like 500 calories.
See, like I'll take everything I ate yesterday. And it still was.
I'm gonna eat you. And
it was too much food, actually. In the morning I have egg whites. Then I have some strawberries. Then for lunch I have some chicken. That's it. Grilled chicken. go to the gym? Do you run or anything? Do you do anything? I went out and around 4.
He goes to
I started. Actually, I was inspired by Robin. I got a mini trampoline.
Oh, you vague.
And I do that.
I put my Jello on it.
No, I do that twice a day.
Trampoline.
Yeah.
Dude, get out and run. Move that fat around.
It's a good exercise.
Is that the thing? I saw that in your apartment when I went. It's got all food on it.
Oh, it's a buffet.
It's like a breakfast table.
You use it for a table?
It's about condone it.
You use it for a table?
Oh yeah.
It's in between bouncing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like got a buffet on it.
So then for dinner, Beth made a great dinner, like a baked potato I had with some turkey burger.
It must suck when your super hot girlfriend makes you a healthy dinner.
I love that.
That sounds fantastic.
It's the most romantic thing.
It is. I mean, it sounds
and
great.
like a string bean dish.
Oh God.
And then I was bad for dessert. I had frozen bananas.
Oh.
That's what kills me.
You stopped eating at certain points. This is not going to work for Benji.
Well, then, okay, Benji, then I was starving. I watched The Sopranos because I had TiVo'd it. And I watched it, and I was just lying there starving. So I went out, and I ate 2 hard-boiled eggs.
See, I can go to one extreme or the other. I could stop totally eating for several days. But
that's not the answer.
I agree.
You're swinging back and forth like a pendulum.
But eating friggin' 900 cans of Jell-O. Jell-O's gross anyway. I don't know how anybody eats that crap.
See, I can't. I just always eat bad. Because I can't, I know I'll fall off.
You know what? I admire you, though. You're not trying to lose weight.
No, I mean, I just, whatever. I look the way I look, you know what I mean? I just like eating so much.
You decided you'd rather look bad and eat a lot.
You prefer eating.
Do I look bad, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can borrow my trampoline, Artie.
Yeah, me and Benji will do a trampoline routine.
Yeah, Mike.
Hey, what's up? I seen Artie today at, I love this 90 seconds away. I seen Artie at, what was it, Mickey Mantle's this morning?
Yeah.
And he was drinking a lot this morning. I was wondering if you guys had a policy about coming in drunk to work.
Did you drink this morning?
I did not drink. They don't serve booze. Well, I was going to ask you, they don't start serving booze till 8 a.m. I was wondering if I go back.
And to answer your question, there's no policy about
Irish coffee.
There's no policy about being drunk. I'm not going to sit and battle with this guy.
No, you don't care.
But you didn't have Irish coffee.
No, I would ask Jason. He'd tell you. I was completely good.
Because I was listening on the radio in the morning, and they were saying that the bar wasn't open.
Yeah.
8 a.m. it starts, booze.
Guys like to call up and make up crap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind making up crap if it was funny. All right, I got to take a break. Al Franken stopped by today. I'm really excited about that.
But, he's great. I did have one question about that. Does it feel funny watching a game without being able to drink, Artie?
Yeah, it was, opening day is usually you go up to the game, you have a couple of pops, it's the...
With this indecent material day after day. But too often, the FCC has turned its head the other way. When they have taken action, their fines are so insignificant as to be laughable to the wealthy broadcasters such as Howard Stern. It's time to change that. This petition asked the FCC to greatly increase their fines, to seriously consider revoking more station licenses, and to extend their watchdog role to cable television, which is completely out of control. Already, there are plans for a cable home tips program. Are you ready for this? Hosted by a transvestite. And a new reality show from Europe entitled Wife Swap. I wish I were kidding. But, dear friend, these programs are very real, and they're coming your way soon unless we act. I need you to write today for your petition to the FCC. Sign it and return it right away. Every one of us must speak out if we want to see real change. To receive your petition, just write to me, James Kennedy, Box 40, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33302. Please, dear friend, write today and help to make our voices heard to the FCC. For too long, the public airways of this nation have been hijacked by those who are driven by profit and the desire to shock. Not all of them, of course, but many. They don't care what's good for your family or for the children of this country. They don't care about moral values or civility. In fact, one television executive recently claimed that television was lagging behind where society was going and must push ahead with bolder, more overt programming. How much more overt can it get? It's time to say no. This is not what God-fearing Americans want to see and hear. Please, please, dear friend, don't do nothing. Lend your voice to this important cause. Together, we can help take back our airways for decent, positive, uplifting programming. So please write today for your petition. The address once more, jot it down. James Kennedy, Box 40, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And the zip code is 33302. When you write, please remember that your financial gifts are what enable me to bring these broadcasts to you each week. Any gift that you can send is a tremendous blessing. Thank you, my friend, and please join me again next week and invite a friend. Until then, using my name, may God richly bless you and yours, and may God bless America.
These guys, what you're hearing in audio right now is what they've been doing in print forever and sending out flyers asking for money using my name.
And now they're really emboldened because they see Congress going along.
Why do you need to give this guy money to sign a petition is beyond me.
He's on the radio. That should be a job. But he can't generate a profit on radio.
No. He wants you to pay for his radio exposure. And look, here's my point. These kooks who listen to this type of crap are a very small audience, but they are so vocal. They are such robots that we have to become activated. Go to howardstern.com. Start reading about what we're talking about, what we need you to do. My friends, we are under attack like never before in the history of this broadcast.
Did you hear them? They're not going to stop at the free airwaves. They're going to try to affect cable as well. And let me tell you something about what the man said. There's a TV show being transported here from Great Britain called Wife Swap. It has nothing to do with sex.
I know.
Nothing.
He doesn't even know what the show is.
No, he just heard wife swapping, and his dirty mind decided that it would be something your family couldn't stand to see.
Well, his greedy mind, because really what he wants to do is raise money with my name and the name Wife Swap at rich broadcasters like me.
Right. You laugh.
I laugh at the fines. Hardly. The day they start finding me, I'm gone. I'm not putting up with that for 2 seconds. I'm going to protest it by walking right the hell out the door. And if any of the broadcaster stays on the air, he's a pussy. Please.
And much like Scott DePace, the people who listen to this will just say, we heard that Howard Stern was evil.
Right. Well, it's the same thing. These are the guys who have captured the White House and have captured George W. Bush's heart and soul. He's a moron who literally listens to this kind of crap and goes, I must act now. I mean, literally. Wants to ban stem cell research, which will set us way back into the Stone Age. In terms of medical science, why would you vote for a guy like that, based on just that alone?
Friends, please.
Please, I need you to act. Blood transfusions are evil.
Don't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, don't do nothing.
Ain't no gotta do nothing.
My friends, there's a cable show which will feature, and I hate to say this, and I wish I was joking, interracial marriage. George Jones University, where George Bush speaks.
There's going to be a new
Bob Jones,
home tips show starring a transvestite.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
And one episode, a homosexual marries a Jew.
I didn't want to say this, people, but Wayne Brady is married to a Chinese woman. You know, I think you understand what I mean by that.
Do I have to write it out?
Do I have to spell it out?
Do I have to knock you over the head?
How much more open does it get?
All right, anyway, Robin, go ahead, please.
Yes, well, we're speaking of science. I'm sure the president won't be about this either. They now say that scientists have finally become ready to take a hand in creating life.
What do you mean?
If they succeed, humanity will enter a new age of living technology where harnessing the power of life to spontaneously adapt to complex situations could solve problems that now defy modern engineering.
Come on, give me the bottom line. What does this mean?
Scientists can create life. They say they have all the tools.
What do you mean, life?
They could create a living thing.
What do we need that for? I can do it with my penis.
No,
Is the scientist going to bang?
Come over here. I'll create life.
If your penis should break.
Oh.
Wait, I have a broken
Hold if
penis.
George Bush just says he's against it. He doesn't know exactly yet why, but he's pretty sure he's against it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if your penis is broken,
Scientists talk
just get
about
high.
a new world of ultra-small living machines. This is like Terminator.
Now I suppose you're going to tell me the Earth revolves around the sun.
We're marvelously made-to-order cells heal the body, clean up pollutants, transform electronics and communications, and much, much more. It's possible to make sweaters that bend themselves.
Make what? Make what?
Are computers that fix their own glitches.
Wow. All right.
Arrest that woman.
Provide society with unlimited benefits.
Stone her.
But of
electricity is the work of the devil.
Exactly.
Others worry about the moral appropriateness of human-made life and the introduction of new species with the potential to evolve into creatures that could run them.
Oh, creatures!
Could they mix man with dogs and like create a man dog?
No, they don't want to do something like that.
I'd love to see that.
Me too.
What
Just
is a
one.
man dog?
Just make one.
Yeah.
And who's he going to interact with?
Us, you're on the show.
I could
Like
take
Beetlejuice.
I could take him to a ball game.
That's how Beetlejuice was created. It was a science experiment.
And the other thing that science is finding is if you just sit around, you're going to die.
I'd like a pig's head with a bird's body, please.
Yeah.
For the show.
What's
You
next?
hear me? I'm talking about machines that have living material in them.
I wouldn't do that.
That's Terminator stuff.
First you let gays get married, and then you got a man dog.
But your computer would be able to fix itself.
Wow. No Jeff Schick?
No Jeff Schick.
I want Jeff Schick.
Jeff Schick is the devil.
Right out.
I love his incredibly long explanations.
So anyway, that's real, brave new world science they're talking about.
Hey, Tom, you're on the air. What's up?
Yes.
Yes, Tom.
Hello?
Welcome to the listener line.
How are you, sir?
Oh, my God.
The reason I'm calling is because I got kicked out of the library for looking at your website.
Hello, hello.
What library?
In Huron, Ohio, there's a public library up here.
So what happened? You went in the computer and you put on my website and they threw you out?
I pulled up howardstern.com, and the librarian came over and she says, this was a quote, "We don't allow people to access pornographic sites here. You have to get off this website."
You see what's happening?
So I turned the website off. I went back to my email, and then I thought, well, I'm going to do it again. So I went around the other side, got on a computer that she couldn't see, and then for some odd reason or another, she looked over at me, came back over, I was back on the website, and she said, "Sir, I've asked you cannot be on a pornographic site, so we're going to have to ask you just for today that you must vacate the library."
Are you sure you were in Ohio or are you in Russia?
What was that?
Were you in Ohio or Russia?
I'm in Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how things...
So did you say to her, what's pornographic about it?
Well, no, I said there's nothing pornographic about this site. It's an informative site. It's political now, and it's really good. And as I was leaving, I said, you guys should take a lesson from some people and, get your facts straight. And she just gave me this really seething look. Her eyes squinted, and she just got really mean looking. But it annoyed me because now you're being censored in libraries.
That's insane, but there's nothing pornographic on there.
No, I know there isn't.
No, I know.
That's what I tried to tell her, but she didn't want to hear it. And I'm going to go back there today and do it again. And if she kicks me out again, then I'm just going to have to.
Just sit there and don't let her kick you out. Let the police
you're not watching pornography. But my point here is that that's what they've been able to do. Your name now becomes synonymous with porn.
I know. There's nothing pornographic on there.
Another thing I found out, Howard, about computers and stuff is they have
I mean, it's not that I just found out, but the government does have a way of going in and monitoring everything we do.
Right.
And last week when you were talking, some of your listeners called in and said that your website had been shut down by the government.
Right.
I didn't have any problem at all. I went in and found it. It came right up. So maybe their server was having problems. But
No. They were being blocked by the government.
They're being blocked.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird because it worked fine for me.
Oh, yeah, the government doesn't want you to read anti-Bush
well,
articles.
George is afraid of what you're doing for Kerry. He's terrified.
I guess
he's
so.
running scared.
I'd get to hear from the Kerry campaign. I could do some help with that.
They're not going to be calling.
Well, I was glad that Mr. Schwarzenegger called you finally.
That was nice.
I mean, come on. It's been how many months since he's been in office, and he finally decided to call you. It's very good that he did.
Right.
That was
Thank goodness for him.
Thank God. Thank God for him.
Howard?
Yes.
Before you cut me off and get back to the news, I wanted to ask you a question. I've been trying to find this out for a long time. Last, maybe about 94 through 97, you were opening your show with a jazzy piece of piano music.
What happened to that?
I don't know, but I was wondering what it's called, because I'm working on an audio bed for your show as like a tribute to your show. I was going to mail it to your show.
Yes.
And I wanted to incorporate that piece of music as part of the audio
Fred will
bed.
know. What is the name, Fred?
Show.
Years again, please?
It was a piece of music that you opened the show with.
What years? Just give me the years.
Well, 94 through at least 96, 97, it went dun 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 dun.
That's not even close.
Dun 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 dun. It was like all piano. And
in a mellow tone, that's Duke Ellington.
Oh, okay, yeah, they play. Okay,
There's 14 different versions of it.
Oh. Do you know which version you had?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was the Crackhead Bob version.
That was the Crackhead Bob years, I think, 94 through 97.
It was nice that Schwarzenegger called in, though. And I don't know if you heard earlier, we had Rush Limbaugh.
Well, Robin, what else is in the news? I know we're running late.
As I was saying, science is now finding out that if you don't move, you will die. Scientists say that exercise boosts your breast cancer survival rate. Even just an easy half-hour walk a day appears to substantially improve a woman's chances of surviving breast cancer. So exercise has incredible beneficial rewards to offer you and your body, so you should not be sitting there any longer.
You know they made a goat that was part spider? These scientists? No. Didn't they use spider genetics in a goat?
Yeah, it's an established farm up in Canada, and they're actually using the spider milk to spin like a really strong kind of web.
They're using the spider. They're using the spider.
The goat milk.
Yeah, but that's genetic engineering. That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, we like that though. Yeah. I want an owl's head on a cow's body.
Right.
I can't tell you why I need that.
Owl's head on a cow's body.
I have a fly with pig's feet. All right, Robin, is there anything else?
I want a mule head on a Puerto Rican.
Janet Jackson did the David Letterman show last night.
I didn't even play that tape. I'll have to do that tomorrow.
It was the first television appearance since her breast flashing. But she was booed on the show and bleeped by the censors.
Wow. How come?
Because she said, "Oh, Jesus."
Oh, geez. You mean that's bad?
You can't say, "Oh, Jesus," apparently. She was bleeped by CBS for uttering that sentence.
Wow.
She muttered the comment when the chat show host, David Letterman, suggested that the Super Bowl boob incident was intentional.
Jesus.
That's right, and she was bleeped. She appeared on the show wearing a low-cut dress to promote her new album, 𝗵𝗲 𝗄𝗏, and showed her annoyance each time Letterman raised the subject of the breast flashing and said she didn't want to relive that anymore.
See, now I got to play it.
Well, I was hoping you would.
Well.
What?
I ran out of time here, though.
All right.
Let me just hear 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I don't even know where it is.
Oh, forget it then.
Yeah.
Carmen Electra must have a publicist because every day I read something she said.
And she's got 10 publicists.
Sexual.
She says great things.
This one is that she would like to have an on-screen threesome with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie.
Oh, so much.
That is just the hottest.
We would benefit so much.
Oh,
she
Carmen.
told the German magazine Bund.
Bund cake.
She was fascinated with having on-screen sex with them. Oh. Johnny Depp is hot, and so is Angelina. I'd love to shoot a steamy three-way love scene with them.
Hey, I saw a clip of that Starsky and Hutch where she makes out with some blonde broad?
Right. She did say she enjoyed shooting the scene in Starsky and Hutch that involved her in kissing her co-star Amy Smart.
Oh,
Amy Smart's hot.
Such fun.
I don't know if this was Amy Smart, but she was making... I guess that was her.
In America, kisses between women are taboo, but I don't have a problem with it. I like Amy, and I think she's beautiful. It worked.
All right, let's run through this now. Tell us exactly what happened from the time you got up on Super Bowl Sunday to the time the episode took place during the halftime.
I don't want to relive any of that.
All right.
I mean,
you don't mind if I ask you some questions about it, though?
Oh, isn't it great when someone shows up on your show and doesn't want to relive any of that?
Right. Why are you here?
You know why she doesn't want to relive it? Because she basically lied.
Yeah, and we're living it every day.
She doesn't know whether to come clean and say, you know what, I planned it.
Well, at first she came clean, and then she backtracked. Mm-hmm. Now it was an accident, and we've gone all the way back to accident.
First of all, you knew it was going to happen, right? You did know it was going to happen.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know it was going to happen?
No, I didn't.
So it came as a complete surprise to you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, now I'm suffering. Thanks to you schmuck. She had to go do that.
Thanks.
Now I got all the religious kooks whacked out of their heads, all after running after me.
And,
I wasn't even aware I had a breast, Dave.
Up in arms.
All annoyed. How dare you ask me?
It was truly an accident. It wasn't a stunt.
Was not a stunt?
No.
It was not premeditated?
No.
It was nothing that you had rehearsed?
Dave's nervous, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's revving off the questions like he's in an interrogation room.
Calm down.
No.
Yeah. So how did it happen? What exactly transpired?
Dave, you're going to make me relive this. I want to put all that behind me.
Well, there's plenty behind her, I'll tell you that.
There's enough behind you, girl.
She's got a load behind her that J-Lo can't even imagine.
Booyah.
A booyah. Booyah bass.
Big booyah.
Booyah. In the booyah. Hey-oh.
Why doesn't Letterman ask her about the booyah?
Say, hey, wait a second, honey. You want to put it behind you? Don't you think there's enough junk in your trunk already?
Not me. Just indulge me here, and I'll make this as painless as possible. So it truly was a wardrobe malfunction? It was just a mistake? Is that what happened?
It was truly an accident. It wasn't supposed to happen.
Wasn't supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen?
Oh, God. Can we talk about something else, please? I've had a day of interviews, and I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about it. I know I am. Let's ask me about something else.
I'm not so sure they are sick of hearing about it.
With that audience.
Whoa.
Oh, this is uncomfortable. I would just sit there and say, you know, look, I really need to ask you about this. Let's just run through your day. Come on. Can't we focus on something like my brother potentially sleeping with tons of young boys?
That's what I would have done. I said, okay, then let's talk about your brother. Oh no, let's talk about my brother.
I would have said, I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you a choice. We can talk about your brother sleeping with boys allegedly, or your breast. Which is it? How could she go on a talk show and not expect someone to talk about that? So,
what else is there to talk to her about?
She's so whacked out of her skull.
The marriages she never announces?
I don't want to talk about that. Can we put that behind me with my enormous ass?
That's what she's hiding.
All right, anything else, Robin?
Yes, Viacom, our company,
God bless
has
you.
finally decided that it is time. It is
for the stock to go to 50?
I hope this does it, to start a gay channel.
Yeah. There's been talk about Viacom starting a gay channel.
Well, I guess they're doing it. Here's Robert Thompson of Syracuse University. He's a media expert there. And he says this is an idea whose time has come. C1.
Yeah. I've known about this for a long time.
In a marketplace that has a golf channel and a game show channel, a gay-oriented channel was probably inevitable. I'm not surprised that there's plans of it happening. I suppose I'm surprised that it hasn't happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what will be on the gay channel, but a gay channel is coming to a cable network.
Did you hear what it's called?
No.
KCTV.
After that famous gay.
After the gay hero KC.
Gay marriage is also still being talked about in Massachusetts, where this whole thing started. They are considering passing a ban on gay marriage in the state legislature.
I'd love to see a gay 60 Minutes.
Well, I'm sure they'll have one.
Yeah.
Just mirror everything that's a gay. Everybody loves Raymond.
Gay Raymond.
How do you make that gay, Irma?
I don't know.
They think they're just going to run it over and over again.
Yeah, you just put that on the network.
Who are you going to call?
How about Gay Queer Eye for a Straight Guy?
Coming up on the Gay Network, Queer as Folk and Frasier.
Who can you call?
The governor of Massachusetts, Mitt Romney.
Hey, can I protest if the Gay Network buys one of my shows and then runs it on the Gay Network?
Yeah.
Will that hurt you?
I would sell a show to the Gay Network.
So would I. I plan on pitching them next week.
I love gay stuff.
Gay Love Lucy.
You got a lot of gay ideas, right?
Yeah, I got tons of gay ideas.
The legislature wants to be sure that all of those who reside in the state of Massachusetts are treated fairly, according to the governor. Here's Mitt Romney, C2.
Gay Survivor.
The Scarecrow and Mrs. Fag.
Gay Apprentice.
I could take a bunch of shows and just...
Gay them up.
Yeah, gay them up.
Homo Friends.
Gay Donald Trump show.
Yeah, Gay Apprentice would be great.
Gay Friends.
The Fruity Apprentice.
Learn to be apprentice. Learn to be gay.
Fruity Apprentice.
The Fruity Apprentice.
It's important to note that in defending traditional marriage, the legislature is not attacking non-traditional marriage, or relationships, rather. People of differing views and lifestyles deserve respect and decency from all of us.
What about a bunch of gay shows in Gomer Pyle?
Oh.
Homo Pyle.
Homo Pyle.
This state representative, Marie St. Fleur, says that a person's sexual preference should not determine if they're allowed to get married. C3.
My God does not
All right.
judge on differences. My God taught me to treat everyone as a human being.
A human being.
I think she's got the right idea.
She is. She's cool. All right, Robin, what else?
Xboxes are coming down in price. Here's our computer consultant, Larry Magid.
Oh, good.
To talk about that. D1.
The real profit in game consoles isn't the hardware, but the software and the services. Microsoft is trying to encourage people to join its Xbox Live network and to buy software. And to do that, they want as many units out there as possible.
I have a show in mind, Jim. I don't want to say what it is, but go ahead.
Units for mine is Xbox.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Also in the news is, of course, the Condoleezza Rice refusal to testify before the 9/11 Commission.
Right.
The White House is now in negotiation with the Commission about having her testify and possibly making a transcript of that testimony available to the public. And I don't understand why, if you can read the transcript, you can't just see her testify, but that's what they're trying to do.
They know most people don't read anything, so...
Maybe that's it. Here's Michael Elliott, who's an editor-at-large of Time magazine. He feels that the Bush administration should have taken this approach to Clark's statement that started all of this. D3.
We disagree with this book. However, plainly, we failed to identify the extent of the threat from Al-Qaeda, as did previous administrations, and we wish Mr. Clark a happy and long retirement.
Rather than reacting angrily and calling the man a liar. So there you go. Also in the news, there's a man in Texas who is on death row for committing, I think, 3 murders. And he is in court fighting the lethal injection. He says it's cruel and unusual punishment and therefore is unconstitutional. His name is David Larry Nelson. And Barry Stevenson is his attorney. He says Nelson was given notice of the cutting into his neck for this procedure just before he was supposed to face execution. E1.
He did not know until 6 days before the execution that they planned to do this. And again, he did not oppose his execution, but he did oppose this kind of what we characterize as cruel treatment.
So he's trying to get out of his execution because of the way the lethal injection is performed.
Why don't we just shoot him?
I'm sure the 3 people he killed would like to object as well. Ned Kelly with, no, I'm not talking about Ned Kelly. I'm talking about Home on the Range, which is some animated feature that's about to open in theaters. Jennifer Tilly is one of the actresses lending her voice to this movie, and she's also the holder of half of Sam Simon's loot.
She has a black American Express card.
Yes, yes. And so here she talks about why she loves doing animated movies. A1.
The great thing about cartoons is that...
like, The Simpsons pays me tons of money.
You can do anything. Like, I could be 90 years old and be playing an 11-year-old, or I could play Cow, or I could play a one-eyed monster. And then also the good thing, too, is you get paid by the hour, and they keep bringing me back in to redo things. So they're like, oh, Jennifer, they're really sorry, but, you know, they need you to come in and sneeze. And I'm like, I'm not.
All right.
Okay.
The Happy Woman.
Never Die Alone is the DMX movie, and here's the actor, DMX, who was asked what he's like at home.
When I'm at home, I don't discuss business. I don't talk business. You know, I don't answer the phone. That's just me, you know, my wife, my children, my dogs. You know, and that's my world. You know, we go out, take a ride, one of the low riders or something, I mean. Totally different person than when, you know.
Yeah, Ward Cleaver.
I'm working.
Okay.
Who's that guy?
There's at least 3 DMXs then.
What happened to this DMX?
I shed blood for my niggas. Let a nigga holler.
What happened?
For my niggas.
All right.
All I want to hear is right here, my niggas.
Where's the gangster?
And before you know it, he's going to be on the Gay Network.
Yeah. What's going on with DMX?
I don't know, but he does say...
Well, take this from me, baby.
Yeah.
He lives by a certain code.
I treat people with the same respect that I want, you know what I'm saying? I don't walk around big-headed, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a superstar. I'm a man like you're a man, you know what I'm saying? A person like, you know, we're all people, and it's a mutual respect, you know? I'm not going to disrespect you, don't disrespect me, you know what I'm saying? I say what's up, I'm easy going, but, you know, violate, you know, happens.
All right, there you go.
Right, so maybe he's still around.
There's the brother I know.
Yeah, you never know.
Anything else, Robin?
That's what's happening.
All right, Robin. I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck with your campaign as you appear everywhere, Robin.
I will continue to pop up where you would least expect.
Thanks, Al Franken. Good luck with your liberal radio network. That starts tomorrow. And your book, Lying Liars and the Liars Who Lie. Something like that.
And the liars who tell them or something.
Robin, you forgot your sign-off.
I did say that's what happened.
You did? All right.
I get it in there. I'm not like Seacrest.
Seacrest.
Read it out.
Seacrest on. Seacrest out. Seacrest on. Seacrest out.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Seacrest out.
95X.
At this time, the Howard Stern Radio Network leaves the airwaves for technical adjustments.
And now a man who needs no introduction. Grab a tissue, as an old friend of the show says farewell and good luck to Howard Stern.
Daily entitlement. Don't sad, diarrhea on the dates. Oh no, a big enough good. I love Howard Stern, and I really mean that, baby. Taka doodle go. Thank you.
Home. I have no home. Hunted. Despised. Living like an animal. The jungle is my home. But I shall show the world that I can be its master. I shall perfect my own race of people. A race of atomic supermen that will conquer the world.
Ba 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 ba.
everything could ever feel this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again. Only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when.
Got nothing to sing. Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. What's happening?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Taylor Rain right there.
Oh, yeah.
Retiring from porno. It was announced yesterday to become a director and housewife. Wow.
That's big news.
That is big news on this show, brother.
I mean, that's like Martin Scorsese going into porn.
Hey,
yeah.
Did you hear she was interviewed on...
For the
Taylor
news?
Rain? No, I didn't know they tracked her down.
You know,
I keep missing the news, and I'm way behind on my newscast.
I didn't hear it, right? But I happened to be up there yesterday because I had something to work on, and I walked by a studio, and there's, the anchor, Ralph Howard, and Shuli runs out, and he goes, this is unbelievable. He goes, Ralph Howard's interviewing Taylor Rain, and she's using all these expressions. He doesn't know what they are, so Ralph keeps writing notes to Shuli, what does that mean? And Shuli keeps sending him back going, ask her. So, he doesn't know what DP stands for.
Right.
Which is double...
Right.
And
I hate it here. Let's get out of here so we can start talking like real people.
But I haven't heard the news piece, but Shuli's just cracking up. Howard tells me. She's like, I did this film, I banged this guy, I banged that guy. It starts telling, Ralph Howard all the things she gets, done to her by guys, and his eyes were falling out of his head.
I was watching Oprah Winfrey show yesterday, and she was talking about going to the gynecologist and how you have to shave and what type of shaving, and they're talking about hair, and I went, I now live in a country where Oprah is wilder than me.
That's right. She's racier.
Because I can't do my show.
Oprah Winfrey, Negro woman from the South.
Yeah, and people want to know why I'm so frustrated. And they go, well, your show will be horrible without FCC interference. I go, yeah, okay. Yeah, on what planet? I was out doing promotion last night. I did the Best Damn Sports Show with John Sally, Tom Arnold, and Chris George, or Chris somebody. I didn't know the guy. Nice guy, though. Chris somebody.
Was it on already?
No.
Or do they tape that?
They tape it, and I was kind of pissed, too. I got there. Petra Nemkova, the chick who was in the tsunami, she was one of the guests, and I wanted to see her. But they had this little makeup closet, where they were doing my hair and my makeup.
Uh-huh.
And while I was in there, she left, but Beth saw her.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what good is Beth meeting Petra Nemkova?
Did Beth really want to meet her?
Well, Beth was excited to meet her, but what does
but
Petra
she
do?
didn't really care.
She wrote a book about the tsunami.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what she was promoting.
I was going to tell those guys. It was kind of difficult because they're in L.A., and I was on a little headpiece.
Oh, it was the satellite
right.
thing.
And I was going to tell them that I thought Petra was the best athlete in the country. I mean, anyone who could hold on to a tree through a tsunami naked. I said, let me see John LaSalle, or whatever his name is. John Sally. Let me see him hold on to a tree naked.
That should be an Olympic sport now.
That's right.
To a tree naked.
In a tsunami.
Right.
But
that John Sally guy, by the way, is really funny. And he was on Son of the Beach.
Yeah, I know. I told him. I said, hey, you worked for me. And I was talking about the size of his genitals.
Well, remember, not too long ago, he was in the paper because he was dirty dancing with Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, well, I was talking about him and Tom Arnold like to get it on. It was funny. We were cracking up. But it was hard to do because I'm in New York and they're in L.A.
Could you see them?
I could see them, but they have a cool technology where you look into the camera and you can see them, but you also see yourself in this weird playback slow motion, almost like what you look like if you were an astronaut. You know how you see those guys on NASA?
Sort of floating?
Floating, like your arms are moving slow. So that throws you, and then you've got this slap echo in your there's a little bounce because you're bouncing off the satellite to L.A.
Wow.
So it was a little bit difficult, but everyone who saw it, there was a couple of people around, Ralph and another producer and this guy and that guy, and they all seemed to think it was good. And I had a fun time doing it. And then I'm listening to Superfan Roundtable on Howard 100 last night. And I got to stop listening to that because they're talking about, is too much promotion too much? And why is Howard doing the Best Damn Sports Show, period? And
that was the show when John Hein asked, what show, is Howard doing too much? And everyone's like, why? That's a huge surprise that Howard would do Best Damn Sports Show.
Yeah, but I think that's definitely your audience, that show.
Well,
no question.
How that came about was my agent, Don Buchwald, insisted, maybe he watches the show, It's like he must watch it.
Yeah, maybe it's his favorite show and he'd like to see you on it.
I watch it from time to time, too.
Yeah, it's a great show, but it's not at the level of the things that you're doing. It seems odd, like Today's Show, Newsweek, 60 Minutes, and Best Damn Sports Show.
It was weird to me, too, but he said that he thought, and he's pretty conservative with this stuff, he said to me, I think you should do the Best Damn Sports Show, period, because it reaches your audience, and I went, okay, I'll do it.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
What's the rating on that show?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I did it. I mean, listen, I don't make those decisions, and quite frankly, I hardly ever do. And I was getting defensive. I was like, gee, everybody always wants to see me on these other shows, and now I'm in a promotion mode, so I'm going to go out and do some shows. You know, don't start saying I'm doing too much.
You know what the best thing about the Best Damn Sports Show is? If you have the satellite, right? You go up to the 600s, there's like 40 or 50 sports channels in a row. If you're going through and there's no game on, every channel has it on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like every single channel.
Oh, really? I
right,
didn't know that.
Like it runs all over the country on these different Fox Sports channels.
Oh, I didn't realize.
It's you know, you see Howard hit, you know, change channel, see Howard again.
Yeah. But anyway, it was fun.
It's odd, though, when you have been so conservative in keeping your list small. You do Letterman, you do the Today Show.
I got to tell you, though, I had more fun on the Best Damn Sports Show than all those shows.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I had a good time. And Tom Arnold isn't a part of the show anymore, but I guess we had requested that Tom come in and do the interview because I thought it would be fun. He's a fun guy. And it was good. It was really good. Ralph, you're on the air.
Hey, now.
He was out there with the show with me.
You know, I got to say, I think that was the best interview you did yet.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, right?
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys were mixing it up. Tom was asking me a lot of good questions, and it was a good promotional vehicle. I got to talk about satellite.
Yeah, you talked about satellite, but you know what, too? They were just, like, hanging out, having fun, and that's what this stuff should be, you know?
Right.
Like, people shouldn't try to, fight with you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Like Ralph made a point on the Superfan Roundtable that I had to agree with. Katie Couric is airing the second part of her interview with me.
Today.
And, today. And, it is really odd how friendly and fun she is off camera.
She is practically making out with you.
Yeah.
Then she goes on and goes, it's like...
Yeah, she starts to, do the typical, it's good. You better Scotch guard the floors because, and I try to go along with it, but, that's why 60 Minutes was so good. They don't do the expected. They did a profile.
Right, they were, into who you are as opposed to who's against you.
Yeah.
Katie definitely treats the show like it's something that's better touched by a long pole than actually embraced.
And you know what? At one point, I finally got to see some of it. I didn't even see the whole interview that they ran yesterday. At one point, Katie Couric, I was opening up to her. I said, I go to a psychiatrist 4 days a week. And she goes, you should go to a psychiatrist 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
And I'm saying, who's the crazy one? I'm the one who gets along with my coworkers. She doesn't. Let's face it. I mean, if we read one more memo about Katie, and she's the one who every guy on the planet keeps breaking up with because they can't deal with her.
But I would have said to her straight up, well, what's the basis of that, Katie? Why do I need to go 5 days a week? What do you know about
No, but she didn't say that in the studio. That's why she's a big phony. She's kissing his ass, and then in the break when they run the tape, then she says, well, maybe she should go 5 days a week.
Yeah. Like there's something wrong with me. I mean, okay, there is something wrong with me, but there's something wrong with her, too. I mean, I've read enough about her love life to know that she can't hold on to a man, and there's a reason. And the point is, there's no need for the sort of, the typical, you need a psychiatrist 5 days, like, you're such a mentally ill man, Well,
it's almost,
tee-hee-hee.
It's almost like they're doing the piece, like the piece is not her idea. Like, listen, I am the host of Today's Show.
Yeah.
But say right now, this isn't my idea.
She distances herself.
Somebody dragged me in there.
Right.
If I were calling the shots, I wouldn't have this, but okay.
I'm dirtying my hands.
Right.
But the Best Damn Sports Show.
And wait, before you went on, they did a disclaimer, get the kids out of the room.
Yeah, that was really weird. She goes,
you know what?
There was nothing sexy in there. There was nothing weird except for Katie giving me the look of love.
Yeah.
By the way, I got so many emails about that.
She really was looking you up and down?
Here, it says, wow, Howard, I'm just reading emails. The sexual tension between you and Katie was almost embarrassing.
You could get her.
She was like a little schoolgirl around you. I must admit, I'm surprised you find her remotely attractive. Her big gums are hard to take.
She's kind of cute.
Yeah, I also have a question. How is it that you look so creepy on 60 Minutes and yet so incredibly hot on the Today Show? Does lighting make that much difference?
Absolutely.
I could not stop focusing on your enormous Adam's apple on 60 Minutes. But today, holy mackerel, you have never looked so hot. I cannot wait for the second part of the interview. So here's someone who feels on 60 Minutes I look bad, but on the Today Show I look good.
Now, did you think this Today Show appearance was very attractive?
You want to know something, Robin? Gary showed me about half of it while we were sitting here in a commercial. And I really I didn't even have time to focus on that. So I must have looked okay. It didn't blare out of me.
Get distracted by your looks.
You know what was interesting? On that Superfan Roundtable last night, they were talking about the different photos of you, which are good or which are bad. And the girl that was on the panel last night was brutal about your New York Magazine photo.
And rightly so.
She was right.
She's right.
Your face was long. Your lips looked
weird. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Tony, who was also at that photo shoot in addition to Ralph, she said to me when I saw the cover, she goes, first of all, it didn't look like you. Second of all, I thought they inverted the negative, that they'd flipped the negative.
Well, somebody said your eyes were a different color.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. You have like these nice, I'm not going to be all gay here, but you have very nice blue eyes.
Well, anyway.
And they came off like brown or something.
They took an absolute outtake. And the photo editor, and also I blame the photographer, and I'll tell you why. Photographers are smart. They usually take the outtakes and don't hand them to the photo editor.
They don't have to offer you everything. They don't know how many photos they took.
And now I would never do business with that photographer, and also I would never do business with the photo editor.
The guy has no eye.
I wouldn't do New York Magazine again. And according to my sources, you can't even find a New York Magazine. They flew off the stands. And it's like, hey, come on. I'm in my shrink's office the other day, and they've got this magazine called Web Med Magazine or something. It's a medical magazine. Who's on the cover? Meredith Vieira, who looks like she's about 74 years old. On the cover of this magazine, she must look like she was 19. I mean, she had to have been airbrushed. I mean, she just doesn't look that good.
So why does she get a break? And
I'm not looking for airbrushing, but I know if you look on the inside of New York Magazine, you will see that I took some very, very good pictures that look like me.
And we talked to them about that.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, Ron, why does it have to be like you, like caught in the headlight like a deer?
Yeah. It was an intentional FU. And I don't appreciate it, but I've never had good luck with New York Magazine. They've never really, they've never really treated me all that well, too. And that'll be the last time I do it. That's it. I'm done.
I got to tell you,
done with them.
Ralph said probably the gayest thing he ever said yesterday. He said that that when you see the picture, it's all pores, and it doesn't make sense because you have beautiful skin.
He's right. He knows.
It's true, though. Like, your skin looked bad in those pictures, and you have really nice skin.
Well, because these photographers...
Calm down, honey.
It goes with your beautiful blue eyes.
Is that gay?
Yes, it's gay, but so what?
Who cares?
It's how you feel. All
I like
here we
your
go.
skin.
Howard, I watched the Today Show interview. I've never seen so much sexual tension oozing out of Katie Couric. She was obviously wet with anticipation and couldn't stop squirming in her seat. You the man, Howard. Here's another one. There must be something to this.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm now intrigued.
Great interview with Katie Couric. It appeared early on in the interview that Katie was trying to control the interview, but you put her in her place, and I got the feeling that she really likes you. Quite frankly, finds you hot. You can see it in her eyes and her facial expressions. Obviously, she will never admit it. Howard, just to let you know, I went out last week and purchased I can't say this.
No.
23 of something. He purchased 23 of something, but I can't say what it is.
What would that be? Hot dogs?
For Christmas. Great interview on the Today Show. Can't wait for tomorrow. Katie seemed to have a special sparkle in her eye.
Well, then maybe it wasn't bad what was going on there. Maybe what you were seeing was flirting.
Well, here you go. Howard, you look great on the Today Show. You sounded intelligent and funny as usual. Their portrayal of you is not what I would consider favorable. What a bunch of crap. Katie Couric should be thrilled to talk to you, much less get a lengthy interview. She then has the nerve to say you need therapy 5 days a week. Come on, she's the one who's scaring off all these men because she's such a stupid, uptight bitch. The Today Show interview was not half as good as the one on 60 Minutes. I realize you're wanting to get all the exposure you can, but shows like the Today Show and people like Katie Couric suck for portraying you in a negative light. She should wish she'd be lucky enough to work on the Howard 100 News. And here, Howard 100 News forever. They are good.
Oh, wonderful.
That's right.
I made this point last night on the round table that, if they sit you down, you're a huge celebrity, and she asks you, like, stupid questions. You know what I mean?
It's dumb. It's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Lame.
Well, they get a lot of credit when they don't deserve it. She can only do interviews she's seen before, and now, CBS is throwing money at her like she's the first or second coming.
Well, yeah, they've offered her money to take over the Dan Rather chair.
She is cute, though,
It's a great move for her because she doesn't have to get up early in the morning. It's a much easier job.
It also gives her news credibility. I mean, she's really not a news person. Right. She works on the Today Show.
And she will also get a slot on 60 Minutes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That's the other thing they're throwing her.
That makes her, she'll retire a legend.
That's right.
But see, that's why I think she was dissing you, because she thinks she's a news person, you know?
Yeah, she does, and she doesn't realize she's a show business.
Right.
You know, she's a
cute girl.
Yeah, she's not on that show because she's investigative. She's on the show because she's cute.
Yeah, I mean, even Matt Lauer thinks he's now a reporter. Matt, we used to do the HBO announcements.
Wasn't he a landscaper?
Yeah, he was a
He
landscaper.
used to work at Channel 9.
And he wasn't even a good landscaper.
But people have taken a liking to Katie because they've replaced her with hotter chicks, and they beg
She
Katie
has
back.
a very nice way about her for these
I think
sientas.
she's not intimidating to women. They would see her as a girlfriend. She's no, that Vargas woman.